Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the Booktube newbie tag because I am a newbie. So let's just get into it. 1, why did you start this channel? I love to make long form video content. Like, one thing about me, I have a private story on Snapchat, and that's probably the only reason I have Snapchat, is to just scream into the void all day long. And since I am reading these books that I have fully immersed myself into and I have escaped into, I have to talk about it in depth. Like, there's just no way around it. I tried doing like the little Goodreads reviews and I feel as though I can't convey my passion through just words. Like, I can try, well, I can through words, but I prefer to do it in the video format so you guys can see my face, hear the tone of my voice. Okay. 2, what are some funny, unique things you can bring to Booktube? Hopefully my energy. Sometimes I'm low energy, but I want to talk about books that I'm passionate about, whether I hated them or I loved them. But here and there are going to be those average reviews. But I just want to be honest and entertaining. Like, if I'm not enjoying watching my video back, then I don't think anyone will be. So I hope that I can bring some fun. I mean, I'm not going to be reading anything you probably never heard of. I know a bunch of people are reading romantasy, like I'm not the only one, but I hope to be able to talk about the fun romantasy books that I read and why I love them, and hopefully put my own unique spin on it. We'll see. So, number 3, what are you most excited for about this new channel? Well, I'm excited to get my thoughts and feelings out for sure, because they've been bottled in and I'm sick of it. Like, I want to talk about it. Like I said, it's just, my mind is brimming with theories and opinions about what I'm reading, and I just want to be part of the discourse. So I'm excited about that, and I want to connect with other people. I've already been on Booktube for a little bit, like watching people's videos about favorite books, least favorite books, book reviews, and I want to continue finding more people who make videos like that. So that's what I'm most excited for. What do you, or why do you love reading? So I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna have the same response to this, but mine is the escapism. I have always thought that life was pretty mundane. Like, I have a great life and I'm very thankful, but I mean, obviously, if I could live in a world that had magic, I would rather do that, duh. So I think I love fantasy the most for that reason. Like, I've read a couple contemporary romance books or just non-fantasy books, and I like them, of course, but there's just something about the escapism into a world that just has limits that I'll never know and possibilities that I'll never know. And like, I think there's this quote, I don't even know what book it's from, but like, through reading I've lived 1,000 lives or something along those lines. It's just, I really do resonate with that quote. Whoever it was, please let me know so I could maybe put it in the description. But I absolutely love that, being able to feel like I'm witnessing or experiencing so many different lives instead of just my one, you know? What book or series got you into reading? Twilight or Harry Potter, I don't know which one. 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Definitely their favorite book of all time. Also maybe their favorite book of the year. And why. I would also want to know their least favorite book and why, because I love watching videos where people just tear into a book that they hated. I mean, of course, if you just didn't like a book, you know, I don't know. I think people are allowed to post whatever they want to post. But I specifically love when people are calling out like a very problematic book or just shedding light onto how bad some people are at writing. And that's subjective, so maybe y'all would think some of the books I read are terribly written. But anyway. Next is number 7. What challenges do you think starting a Booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Probably getting people to watch the videos. Again, I actually don't even know if that's necessary, because a big part of it is just getting it off of my chest. If other people happen to feel the same way, that's cool. But sorry, I lost my train of thought because like someone was like in my peripheral. I was like, where'd you come from? Anyway, the challenge that I think would be hardest to overcome is, yes, like having people watch. You know, there's so many options on YouTube and I love that. But even I kind of struggle to find new booktube channels because the SEO is just crazy. Like, I don't know if y'all have noticed that, but even on Google, it's like I'm looking for something and then the same 10 businesses pop up or the same 10 YouTube channels pop up. And it's like, okay, I want something different. Like, can you show me other people? So again, I want to connect with people who are looking for people who are reading the same books as them and, you know, are interested in the same things as them. So that's what I hope to, like, that's a challenge I hope to meet, but I know it's really hard to overcome. But I know I'm posting this partially for myself to get my thoughts and feelings out there. And if nobody watches, I will still feel like I succeeded in getting it off my chest and in, you know, explaining my thoughts and opinions, and that is good for me. Otherwise it just stays in my head and then I kind of go stir crazy and then I start blabbing to my friends and family, and this is a better option, I think. Another challenge, I guess, would be, I mean, this is always a challenge of mine because once I get hyper fixated on something, I spend a lot of money on it and can't stop obsessing over it or thinking about it. So I guess that's a financial challenge and just a mental challenge I would need to overcome. Also, I guess just keeping up with the reading pace so that way I have content to talk about. I always wonder how people do that because these books are so long and I do have a full-time job and I plan to get a puppy soon. So it's just, I know that those are some challenges that will hold me back from reading as much as I want to. Then 8, when did you start reading? I think around like 10. I don't know. What kind of question is that? Like, I don't know. Like, obviously I started reading whenever my elementary teacher probably showed me how to, or like I don't know. But like when I started reading Twilight was probably when it came out. Then where do you read? I read on my couch. And lately I've been reading in my bed too, which both are good. I think the couch is best for my back maybe, but it's hard to not end up reading it in my bed. 10, what kind of books do you like to read? I like to read like fantasy, romance, specifically adult, new adult. I am okay with YA, but I think right now I just prefer to have like an extra amount of spice. Sorry, but it's not even just that. It's like not just the sexual stuff, but you know, Crescent City series is adult and they just talk about or like cuss a lot more, which I'm totally fine with cussing and I don't need them to shy away from it. But I don't need the cussing necessarily, but just like adult subjects are what I want to read about, you know, real stuff. Like in Crescent City they do talk about like substance use and abuse and sexuality, but not just in a sex scene, but you know what I mean? I don't know, just it just seems a little bit rawer and more relevant to me, I guess I will say. And I know in YA sometimes the characters can be younger and more immature. Not always the case at all. I will go back to reading YA. It's just right now I want a good spice element in my books because it's normal, it's natural, and I also welcome the other adult topics like I mentioned, like substances or extra violence, like cussing. Like I don't shy away from that, and in fact I seek it. So anyway, adult, fantasy, romance. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm just really into the fantasy concept because it's hard because I like reading about normal people and, you know, they don't necessarily have to have magic or powers, but I like the fantasy stuff. Like I love when they have different types of creatures that have different types of powers and limitations and rule, and I think it just makes it that much more exciting and engaging. So the occasional contemporary romance, all fiction. I like to read some celebrity memoirs. So what does your book collection look like? I don't have a good one. I just have like a bunch of astrology books. Then I have a couple paperbacks. I don't like hardcovers. I mean, I'll probably get some hardcovers for the visual of whatever my favorite books end up being. I probably want to get some really gorgeous like dust jackets and everything, but for right now I just have a couple paperbacks. And like I actually have the hardcover of Britney Spears' memoir, which I still haven't read because I heard some bad things. I heard some people talking about how they didn't really like it very much. So I'm kind of like, oh, well, I mean, I'm very easily impressionable, which sucks. But that being said, I could be swayed the other way. So if one person is like, it was the best memoir I've ever read, then I'd want to read it. But I'm a huge Britney fan, by the way, and a huge Mariah stan, Lamely for life. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it kind of told you a little bit more about what to expect from me and my channel. And I will catch you guys in my next one. I'll see you then. Bye.